There's such a heavy ghostly aura down here. Xiao Yin cautiously descended from the gap toward the Blood River pool, moving at a very slow pace. After all, Yin Qi had mentioned earlier that this place had guardians, so Xiao Yin remained extremely vigilant. Still not coming out? As Xiao Yin slowly descended, he noted that the distance from the gap to the water surface of the Blood River pool was still several dozen meters. What a vast space! The area of this Blood River pool must be several thousand meters wide. As Xiao Yin descended to within 5 meters of the water surface, he finally saw the full view of the Blood River pool. Looking around, the pool's surface stretched out widely, with hundreds of meters of empty space above it, and above that was where Xiao Yin and the others had opened the gap. From 10 meters below Mu Yingying and the others, there lay a vast and empty expanse. The water's surface, so calm. Xiao Yin restrained his movement, and brilliant soul power surged forth as he probed the water. However, he couldn't help but feel confused, as his soul power was continuously devoured by the mysterious force within the water. Boom, boom, boom. Just when Xiao Yin felt puzzled, the previously calm water surface suddenly erupted with towering waves. A massive tail, nearly several dozen zhang in size, rushed toward Xiao Yin with tremendous force. Not good. Just as Xiao Yin was deep in thought, he was jolted by this sudden attack, and at such a close distance, escaping wasn't realistic. Undying body. Although Xiao Yin appeared calm, he could tell from the overwhelming soul power that the tail attack contained immense strength. Realizing the danger, he summoned his undying body, which shone brightly around him like a golden giant. Boom, boom, boom. As the undying body manifested, it instantly enveloped Xiao Yin, appearing like a colossal golden giant. The energy tail from the water collided with him in that moment. So strong! As the two forces staggered back, Xiao Yin coughed lightly. Clearly, the undying body's defense had placed considerable pressure on him. What is that? Show yourself. Xiao Yin bellowed toward the depths, his gaze fixed on the water's surface. At that moment, Xiao Yin was shrouded in his undying body, like a towering golden giant, while the sacred flame and soul power within him were primed to unleash a terrifying strike at any moment if that mysterious creature reappeared. Splash, splash. Just when Xiao Yin focused intensely, bubbles suddenly began forming in the water, as if something was about to surface. 7-layered Skybreaker ruler, second ruler. Get out here and die. Seeing this, Xiao Yin swiftly drew his ancient ruler of heavenly flames from his back and hurled a massive energy ruler down towards the bubbling water. Roar, roar, roar. In response to Xiao Yan's powerful strike, the creature beneath the water seemed to emit an extremely furious roar, and in the next moment, its entire form slowly emerged from the surface. Gurgle, gurgle. To think it would be a mad wolf blue-blood crocodile. Xiao Yin couldn't help but exclaim as he watched the gargantuan creature slowly rise from the water. The mad wolf blue-blood crocodile, a beast known to exist only in ancient times. To encounter one here is unexpected. It's said that the mad wolf blue-blood crocodile feeds on humans. Judging by its strength, it's comparable to an early 8-star Do-D. It must have devoured quite a few humans. Its body is extremely tough, rarely killed in battle. The only way to subdue it is to defeat it and make it submit. And looking at its eerie blood-red pupils, this must be an adult. Xiao Yan's eyes fixated on the creature before him. The mad wolf blue-blood crocodile resembles a crocodile, but unlike ordinary crocodiles, it exudes an aura of bloodthirst, with its forelimbs and hind limbs streaming with a chilling sanguine energy, and even its eyes held a sinister bloodlust. Human, get out. The mad wolf blue-blood crocodile immediately turned its wary gaze toward Xiao Yin, clearly sensing the terrifying power within the young man. I've come here just to use the Blood River pool. If you let me use it, I would be very grateful, Xiao Yin responded, unfazed by the fact that the crocodile could speak. After all, its power was formidable. The Blood River pool is my dwelling. Depart at once. The mad wolf blue-blood crocodile firmly rejected. You court death. Just about ready. Xiao Yin murmured as he saw the enraged, frenzied azure blood crocodile hurtling toward him, its enormous body thrashing. Not good. The frenzied azure blood crocodile, with strength comparable to an 8-star Do Emperor, instantly sensed the powerful energy radiating from Xiao Yan's hand. We're not done yet. Netherworld's wrath. The frenzied azure blood crocodile, despite its strength, couldn't withstand the soul power unleashed by Xiao Yan, a peak Do Emperor. Finally got it restrained, Xiao Yan remarked. Seems like this boost in soul power could be a trump card in a pinch. Still, my techniques for soul attacks are limited. Netherworld's wrath isn't quite enough anymore. Plus, with my divine core inscription now at half of its peak power, the array's strength has reached a new level. He glanced at the bound frenzied azure blood crocodile. Is it over already? Yes. Xiao Yan nodded. Heh, Zhujin, it looks like you were right. Xiao Yan may indeed be on par with those with the pupil of sound, Yin Ji thought to himself, impressed by Xiao Yan's skill in handling the frenzied azure blood crocodile. Now that the frenzied azure blood crocodile is restrained, let's enter the pool. Yin Ji continued, his tone decisive. The blood river pool contains immense power. The deeper you go, the greater the pressure. So proceed within your limits. Maybe I'll just stand guard up here? You're going down. Yin Ji Yu. The blood river pool offers unparalleled benefits. Also, consuming dead blood ghost elixir after entering can double the effects. Thank you, Xiao Yan. She knew her brother, Yin Ji, desperately needed the blood river pool's power to heal his internal ailments. That girl. Xiao Yan smiled, watching the three of them plunge into the pool. Above the pool, the massive array flickered, holding back the thrashing frenzied azure blood crocodile. Chilly water. I'll consume the dead blood ghost elixir and dive deeper. Something at the bottom of this pool seems to be calling to me. Swish, swish. With a plan in mind, Xiao Yan did not hesitate any longer. He enveloped his body with the power of the sacred flame and began to descend continuously. As he plunged deeper into the blood river pool, the pressure grew increasingly intense, yet the enhancement to his abilities was tremendous. What immense pressure! With each descent, Xiao Yan felt waves of sharp pain coursing through his body. However, he soon realized that every time the crimson water made contact with him, it transmitted a sliver of mysterious power into his being. Under the influence of this power, his Do Qi gradually improved. This should be the right place. I'll absorb some of the blood river pool's power first, and then devour the death blood ghost essence. With a calm mind, Xiao Yan closed his eyes, focusing intently on absorbing the energy. Meanwhile, little Yi and Mu Ying followed suit, though their flames surged toward the bottom of the blood river pool. What on earth is down there? As the four entered the blood river pool, profound changes began to unfold in the blood river expanse. Damn it! What is the Xinling royal family doing? They're openly attacking other major sects without fear of igniting a war between the super sects? A pair of indistinct figures spoke from atop a rock. These two were naturally Hua Lixin and his senior brother Hua Feng from the Puppet Manor, the former at the mid-7-star Do D level and the latter at the perfect 7-star Do Emperor level. Junior brother, calm down. After all, we are in the blood river expanse, where life and death are often a matter of fate. Besides, I have a feeling the Xinling royal family is up to something unusual. The senior brother Hua Feng said quietly. What do you mean, senior brother? Hua Lixin couldn't help but ask. A few days back, the mystic three heavens of the Xinling royal family attacked the disciples of the 10,000 Sword sect, even defeating Jianxin. The 10,000 Sword sect is renowned as the top super sect among us, and Jianxin's strength is unfathomable. If such a strong figure suffered defeat at the hands of the Xinling royal family, I fear they might be plotting something big, Hua Feng remarked. Senior brother, what should we do now? Hua Lixin asked, puzzled. Among the disciples who participated in the last sect competition, most of the other senior brothers are in seclusion. So I'm the only perfect 7-star Do Emperor available. We cannot engage in direct confrontation with the Xinling royal family. Let's first regroup with our Puppet Manor team. I believe the final battlefield at the sacred Flameland will determine the true victor. Moreover, Given the strained relationship between the Incense Pavilion and the Xinling royal family, they might just become the biggest variable in this sect competition, Hua Feng added. Everything will go as you say, senior brother. Hua Lixin nodded, realizing there were no better options at this time. Though there were others experiencing changes throughout the area as they moved toward the Blood River expanse. Are you all right? The group from the ancient Desolation Palace gradually raised the question. Brother Fenghong, thank you for this. Seeing they had shaken off the pursuit of the Xinling royal family, Song Yu protected Hong Qian and clenched his fist in gratitude towards Fenghong. Just a small favor. Give thanks to our senior brother instead, Fenghong replied with a smile. Fen Lin, weren't you in seclusion? How come? Standing by, Jinxin held back his injuries and addressed the leader of the ancient Desolation Palace trio. Hee, I just exited seclusion not long ago when the sect competition began, and was immediately dispatched by my master to lead the team, said Fen Lin, the towering senior brother of the ancient Desolation Palace, with a slight smile. How did you end up with them? After Fen Lin's smile faded, his expression suddenly grew serious. We were defeated by Heavenly Clan leader Tianqian of the Xinling royal family. Jinxin reluctantly admitted. Is he really that strong? Fen Lin gazed into the distance and muttered. Very strong. In the previous sect competition, I had the upper hand against him, but with all these years past, I don't know what kind of fortuitous events he encountered. His strength is now nearly at the early 8-star Do D level, and he survived a deathly ordeal, Jinxin said solemnly. There seems to be something extremely concealed within him. That thing gives me an inexplicable feeling of restlessness each time we fight. Jinxin added quietly. Hearing his words, everyone's hearts sank as they contemplated their strategy. Swish, swish. Such pure power. Days slipped by, and Xiao Yin spent this time steeped in the Blood River pool. Each descent brought immense pressure to Xiao Yin, and along with this pressure, his formidable physical abilities were gradually changing. Who? Xiao Yin gently opened his eyes, exhaling invisible breaths. Through days of absorbing the mysterious powers of the Blood River pool, he had faintly advanced towards the mid-7-star Do D stage. It's crucial to note that the energy required for each level among Do Dis is tremendous. In just a few days, Xiao Yan's body had been significantly replenished, a testament to the Blood River pool's mysterious nature. Almost there. It's time to take the Deathblood Ghost Essence, Xiao Yan remarked slowly, flipping his palm to reveal a bead surrounded by eerie ghostly energy. For some reason, when the Deathblood Ghost Essence first appeared, the ghostly energy surrounding it resonated with the energy from the Blood River pool. Yet, from within the Deathblood Ghost Essence, Xiao Yin sensed a deadly power that only 8-star Do Dis could possess. I wonder if I can make further breakthroughs using the Deathblood Ghost Essence and the Blood River pool. With my current strength at mid-7-star Do D, I can deal with other powerful beings. Although I have various methods, my own power is still too weak. Moreover, the final Sacred Flame conflict will inevitably involve confrontation with the Xinling royal family's third heavenly clan. Among the third heavenly clan of the Xinling royal family, one stands on the brink of becoming an 8-star Do D, while another is a bona fide early 8-star Do D. Xiao Yan's gaze turned deep as a resolute expression emerged. Wait a moment. How do I use this thing? Just swallow it? In the next moment, Xiao Yan's attention shifted to the Deathblood Ghost Essence, leaving him puzzled. Despite knowing the preciousness of this item as an alchemist, how to use it remained a mystery to him. If you want to die, just swallow it. A chilling voice echoed slowly in Xiao Yan's mind. Soul-Devouring Talisman? Xiao Yan exclaimed in delight. Senior, how do I use this? Though unaware of the nature of the Soul-Devouring Talisman, Xiao Yan was confident that whatever resided within could negotiate with his master uncle, proving it to be a formidable entity. The Deathblood Ghost Essence is meant for generating the power of death within you. Your current strength is only at mid-7-star Do D. If you were to directly consume it, even with your sacred flame, you would likely explode and die instantly, the voice from the Soul-Devouring Talisman warned. That sounds truly dangerous. Xiao Yan couldn't help but sigh in relief upon hearing this. To absorb this substance effectively, you must employ poison to counter poison, The voice continued. Counter poison with poison? Xiao Yin was astonished. Could it be? Moments later, Xiao Yan's eyes flickered as realization struck him. Death Blood Ghost Essence. Blood River Pool. Is that really the key? Xiao Yin smiled brightly, excitement overtaking him. You're brilliant. Indeed, it's about leveraging the Blood River Pool's power to weaken the Death Blood Ghost Essence, allowing for smooth absorption. The Blood River Pool is formed by the amalgamation of ghostly energy and the blood of your human cultivators, combined with certain unique climatic conditions. It contains immense ghostly energy that can significantly weaken the spirit energy, helping you absorb the purest strength hidden within the Death Blood Ghost Essence. Without the existence of the Blood River Pool, even if an ordinary person obtained the Death Blood Ghost Essence, they would struggle to absorb it. The ghostly energy inside is too overwhelming, leading one to easily fall into madness, the Devourer of Souls explained. If that's the case, then let's begin, Xiao Yin grinned. Be careful while absorbing it. I have a feeling there are unclean entities lurking within the Blood River expanse, the Devourer of Souls cautioned. Unclean entities? Xiao Yin paused before acting, now puzzled. Since the Soul-Devouring Talisman was of the ghost realm, these unclean entities couldn't be ghostly beings or human presences. The energy here feels somewhat like what you encountered when killing the left envoy of the Blood Demon in the Desert Mountain Range, but this energy is far stronger, the Devourer of Souls elaborated. Stronger than the left envoy of the Blood Demon? Xiao Yin frowned. He vividly recalled the strength of the Blood Demon left envoy. Had it not been for the Sacred Flame and his seniors, he might not have survived that encounter in the Desert Mountain Range. The left envoy's power had already reached the peak Do D stage. If what lay ahead was even stronger, could it be Do Xian? An opponent at the Do Xian level would spell disaster for Xiao Yin in his current state. You should absorb it first. After you finish, we'll need to delve down to the bottom of this pool. The Devourer of Souls instructed, then fell silent. Unclean entities. Forget it. I'll devour the Death Blood Ghost Essence first, he said, suppressing the doubts in his heart. Death Blood Ghost Essence, I hope you don't let me down. Xiao Yan quickly spoke to the Death Blood Ghost Essence in his hand, and then closed his eyes. Rustle. A massive surge of soul power erupted from within him. Suddenly, the previously calm Blood River Pool started to stir, as brilliant ghostly energies gathered toward Xiao Yan. As such a colossal amount of ghostly energy appeared, the ghostly aura surrounding the Death Blood Ghost Essence rapidly diminished. It really is effective, Xiao Yan exclaimed with joy, realizing that the elder within the Soul-Devouring Talisman hadn't deceived him. As soon as he spoke, he began to manipulate the ghostly energy in the Blood River Pool. Understanding that to devour the Death Blood Ghost Essence, he first needed to dissolve the outer layer of ghostly energy. Otherwise, he could go insane. What a clever little fellow. In the meantime, Yinji, not far below Xiao Yan, slowly opened his eyes. Since they have already begun to devour, I guess I must abandon what I wanted down below. I should hurry to heal the hidden ailment within me. Yet, it's strange. Deep within the Blood River expanse, something seems to be calling to me. Yinji murmured, though the most easily overlooked part of his back revealed a chilling trace of blood. Just as I thought. In the distance, Mu Yingying sensed the sudden unrest in the Blood River Pool and immediately realized the mystery of the Death Blood Ghost Essence, discovering a way to break it. As for little E, he was pleasantly surprised to find that the mysterious energy in the Blood River Pool was slowly enhancing his strength. Is it finally ready? Xiao Yan stared at the Death Blood Ghost Essence in his hand, unable to contain his exhilaration. After a day, the black and white Death Blood Ghost Essence began to reveal its true form. The original Death Blood Ghost Essence was surrounded by a layer of incredibly dark ghostly energy, completely obscuring the white power within. However, as Xiao Yan channeled the ghostly energy from the Blood River Pool into the Death Blood Ghost Essence, the outer ghostly energy rapidly dissolved like a deflating balloon. This is the real Death Blood Ghost Essence. Xiao Yan grasped the pearly white orb, excitedly stating. At that moment, dazzling layers of power continuously emerged from the white orb, causing Xiao Yan to marvel. It was the force of death only obtainable after reaching the 8-star Do D and surviving the death tribulation. Success or failure rests on this day. Bring it on. Xiao Yan smiled confidently. Just as he spoke, he raised his hand, pushing the pearly white orb directly into his mouth. Buzz. The moment the white deathblood ghost essence entered his mouth, an almost frenzied power exploded forth, overwhelming Xiao Yan with an intense sense of danger. Now that it's in my mouth, there's no escaping. Xiao Yan gritted his teeth against the overwhelming resistance of the deathblood ghost essence. As soon as his thoughts settled, his indestructible body activated, radiating golden light. The earthy sacred flame enveloped his body, combined with vast amounts of soul and spiritual power. Under the combined pressure of these forces, the deathblood ghost essence reluctantly began to yield to Xiao Yan. Glug. He swallowed the deathblood ghost essence. As the white deathblood ghost essence entered his body, it felt as though his limbs and bones had opened wide, unleashing a torrent of immense power. Buzz. The white deathblood ghost essence seemed aware of its fate of being devoured by Xiao Yan, struggling madly to break free, but against Xiao Yan's multitude of methods, the ghost essence had no chance of survival. Whoosh! A stream of white power surged through Xiao Yan's limbs and bones, awakening the dormant life force within him. At that moment, the fire beast, which had been sleeping in his Do Chi Si, slowly opened its beastly eyes, watching warily as white energy rich in the force of death flowed into the Do Chi Si. This guy seems to sense that the force of death is not to be taken lightly. Xiao Yan couldn't help but chuckle. Roar! Inside the Do Chi Si, the sealed Do core stood silently to the side, and the sacred flame crystal lay quietly beside it. Only the ferocious beast, exuding the power of 23 different flames, roared at Bai Ji, its voice filled with an apparent resentment. Little one, this is the power of death. It must be absorbed into my Do Chi Si for me to manifest the death power. Now that the Do Chi Si inside me has been devoured by you, this thing can only be consumed by you, Xiao Yan reasoned, realizing that the flame beast had consumed the Do Chi within the sea. Roar, roar, roar. Seemingly sensing Xiao Yan's intent, the flame beast howled in his mind a few times, as if to say, "This is too hard to eat. I won't consume it. Are you that picky?" Panic surged in Xiao Yan's heart. If the flame beast didn't engulf Bai Ji's death power, then his efforts in recent days would be in vain. Less nonsense. Eat it. Seeing that a gentle approach wasn't working, Xiao Yan raised his voice, shouting, "Roar, roar, roar." The flame beast sensed Xiao Yan's anger and growled in defiance. Realizing Xiao Yan wasn't backing down, it reluctantly moved toward the white death power, sporting an expression of despair. Speaking of which, this death power is quite peculiar. Normally, life power is white while death power is black. Why is the pure death power in this deathblood ghost essence white? Could it be because this is the ghost realm? Xiao Yan speculated. Hee, this little one is quite interesting. The Do Chi Si forms ethereal wonders. This creature's Do Chi Si must have been influenced by dozens of celestial anomalies. I remember such cases are rare in the entire vast world, right? Once I break through to Do Xian in the future, if this flame beast can fully transform into a humanoid, those beings might stand at the pinnacle of this world. The devourer of souls remarked with a slight smile, sensing the flame beast within Xiao Yan's Do Chi Si. Little did Xiao Yan know that, if he were aware, the flame alone held 22 unique flames above the Do Chi continent, forming the imperial flame, not to mention other celestial wonders. What are you standing there for? Eat. Observing that the flame beast remained motionless beside the white death power, Xiao Yan couldn't help but roar. Damn it! It took me a lot of effort to obtain the deathblood ghost essence and to remove the ghostly energy inside. Are you really complaining about it? Don't you know this stuff would catch the eyes of countless powerful beings if left outside? Xiao Yan scolded the flame beast in frustration. Glug, glug. The flame beast, apparently quite sentient, didn't dare linger after Xiao Yan's relentless shouts. Fearing what Xiao Yan might do, it raised its fluffy paw and reached out toward the white death power. The aimless white death power, targeted by the flame beast, quickly surged into its body. Swish! In mere moments, the white death power was gobbled up by the flame beast. Surrounded by 23 flames, the flame beast showed no adverse reactions as the death power coursed into it. Strangely, it appeared somewhat diminished after absorbing the energy. After consuming the death power, Xiao felt a peculiar black force gradually emerge within him. This is the power of death. Xiao remained unfazed, even laughing as he said, "I've reached mid-7-star Do D." However, before he could celebrate, he felt a breakthrough sensation arising from the death power, leading to a smooth advancement. "I've achieved mid-7-star Do D." Feeling the power surge from absorbing the death power, Xiao couldn't help but smile. Xiao estimated that despite currently being at mid-7-star Do D, he could fight against strong opponents at perfect 7-star Do D without using his trump cards. Even when facing 8-star Do D opponents, he felt unafraid, as the death power within him had manifested. Although it was weakened, it was vastly different from those who had truly broken through to 8-star Do D. Combined with the life and death powers at the mid-7-star Do D level, Xiao believed he could remain undefeated. Don't celebrate too soon. That waning Do Chi of yours was indeed devoured by the flame beast. Whether this is a blessing or a curse remains uncertain. Just as Xiao was lost in his delight, the soul-devouring talisman poured cold water on him. "I know a bit," the soul-devouring talisman said faintly. "What kind of beast is that flame monster?" Xiao asked eagerly, noticing that the talisman was aware. If the beast was truly devouring his Do Chi, how could it have formed within him? Questions plagued Xiao, compelling him to seek answers. "Those 23 colors of flames within you are also extraordinary phenomena, right?" The soul-devouring talisman stated directly after a brief pause. "Right." Xiao was slightly stunned, and then explained the heavenly flames to the talisman. "Now I understand. From what you've described, this flame monster should be a fusion of the 23 kinds of heavenly flames," the talisman said confidently. "What?" Xiao couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. "I remember that in the Fire Sprite clan, a powerful being appeared in ancient times. This being drew their power from fire and allegedly came from a lower realm like you. With a mysterious technique, they sought to absorb the sacred flame and reached the pinnacle of the great universe within mere hundreds of years. During that time, I was incredibly weak but had the fortune of meeting them once. That aura within you seems to carry traces of that being," the talisman said, as if recalling something important. "Fire sprites, mysterious techniques, absorbing the sacred flame. Could it be?" After hearing the talisman, a bold guess formed in Xiao mind. "They have a little-known name. The Tuasha Ancient Emperor," the talisman said with deep reverence. "What?" Xiao exclaimed, shocked. He was very familiar with that name. To gain such respect from the usually critical talisman indicated the terrifying power of the Tuasha Ancient Emperor. "While I don't know why this flame monster formed within you, the aura it carries is quite similar to that of that powerful being. Perhaps there is a connection between the two. Of course, whether that connection is good or bad, or what kind it actually is, will require you to discover for yourself." The talisman spoke slowly, clearly indicating that they had shared all they could. "If that's true, then this flame monster might be the descendant of the Tuasha Ancient Emperor?" Xiao said, momentarily dazed. "So, does that mean Little E and the flame monster are both descendants of the Tuasha Ancient Emperor?" He suddenly realized and spoke up. "Haha, I don't know about that. But Little E is a genuine fire sprite now, and holds a reincarnation seal within her, which could very well be the case," the talisman chuckled. "This is quite troublesome," Xiao said, unable to hide his frustration. "Whatever comes, let it come. We'll take it one step at a time." Knowing this wasn't the moment for such thoughts, Xiao suppressed his curiosity about Little E and the flame monster and said slowly, "Since you've absorbed the Deathblood Ghost Essence, we should go down and take a look." "Down there lies something valuable," the talisman said greedily. "I feel like something is calling to me from below, and whenever I use my soul power, that call intensifies. What could possibly be down there? Xiao Yin said, looking downward at the blood river pool with the isolation of the sacred flame. At first glance, the bright red water gave Xiao Yin the feeling of an unfathomable abyss. Let's go down and see. Don't worry, I'm here, the talisman reassured him. All right. Hearing this, Xiao Yin agreed. This place was thick with ghostly energy, but with the talisman by his side, he felt safe. He was also incredibly curious about what lay beneath. Whoosh! The resplendent golden sacred flame wrapped around Xiao Yan's entire body as he descended with the force of his soul power. With every few meters he sank, the ominous and eerie ghostly energy from the blood river pool seeped deeper into him. What an eerie ghostly energy, Xiao Yan said as the crimson pool water deepened into pitch black around him. What's wrong? Little ghost, afraid already? The talisman, perched before him, asked gently as Xiao Yin came to a halt. No, I just find it strange that the blood river pool is red above yet possesses such dense ghostly energy below, Xiao Yin replied, shaking his head. Heh, what's that? When I was at my peak, the ghostly energy I released could turn not just this little blood river expanse, but also the entire Xinling continent to ashes in an instant, the talisman said, a proud tone evident in its voice. That little rascal. The devourer of souls cursed silently upon realizing that Xiao Yin was giving him the cold shoulder. 500 meters. Damn, such powerful ghost energy. It's actually consuming my sacred flame power? Xiao Yin couldn't help but exclaim. Don't worry about it, we're almost there. Hang in there. A brilliant heat surged within the devourer of souls as he spoke. 700 meters. I can't hold on much longer. The ghost energy is too strong. Hold on. 800 meters. At this rate, my sacred flame that envelopes my body will be completely devoured by the ghost energy and will die here. Enough with the chatter. Speed it up. I can already see that thing. I guarantee it will be worth your while. 1,000 meters. No, I've reached my limit. Just as Xiao Yin felt he was at his breaking point, his attention was suddenly riveted by something in front of him. What is that? Spirit battle technique? That is. Spirit battle technique. Xiao Yan's shocked voice echoed slowly at the bottom of the blood river pool. Through his voice, what appeared in front of Xiao Yin and the soul-devouring talisman was, astonishingly, something on the riverbed about 5 meters wide. The riverbed lay quietly at the bottom, seemingly isolated by some mysterious force, with two incredibly radiant objects slowly rising above it. On the left side of the riverbed was a silver scroll wrapped in emerald light, with a force that made Xiao Yan's soul power tremble resting upon it. On the right was a palm-sized bell, radiating an unusually bloody aura. Spirit battle technique? Blood river bell? Two shocked voices suddenly reverberated at the bottom of the blood river pool. Blood river bell? Xiao Yin recognized that the emerald scroll likely contained a spirit battle technique due to the immense soul power emanating from it, and upon hearing the sound of disbelief from the soul-devouring talisman, he couldn't help but speak up. Blood river bell. Why does that sound a bit familiar? Xiao Yin murmured several times before gently speaking. Ha ha ha. I can't believe we've stumbled upon such a precious item here. You little rascal, it seems we didn't come in vain this time. A deeply refreshing mystic energy laughed from within the soul-devouring talisman. Elder, what do you mean? Xiao Yin couldn't help but ask. The blood river bell, it's one of the 12 demonic weapons of the ghost realm. The soul-devouring talisman didn't hide anything from Xiao Yin and spoke directly. What? This blood river bell is actually one of the 12 demonic weapons of the ghost realm? No wonder it felt so familiar. Now it all makes sense. Realization dawned on Xiao Yin, recalling that his master, the Golden Dragon King, had once explained the 12 demonic weapons of the ghost realm. Hee, don't let the blood river bell's ranking as the last of the 12 demonic weapons fool you. When it comes to combat ability, even the 10th-ranked soul-devouring talisman may not stand a chance. The soul-devouring talisman said excitedly. The blood river bell is said to be a formation? Xiao Yin suddenly recalled something and asked. Correct. The blood river bell can unleash the blood river diagram, which is truly a killing tool. I can't say for certain about other aspects, but a 1-star Do Xian level ghost would, with the Blood River Bell in hand, likely wipe out the entire mystic 3 heavens without breaking a sweat, the Soul-Devouring Talisman said casually, with evident excitement in his voice. A 1-star Do Xian level ghost could single-handedly take on the entire mystic 3 heavens? Xiao exclaimed, unable to hide his surprise. Indeed. The Blood River Bell has absorbed a considerable amount of blood energy, and once released, it will engulf everything within 1,000 miles. Coupled with its mysterious power, only a 3-star Do Xian expert could counter it. However, the current Mystic 3 Heavens doesn't possess such a powerful expert. The Soul-Devouring Talisman remarked, "It's truly a remarkable treasure." Xiao couldn't help but smile. The Blood River Bell seemed like a formation he practiced, yet it was infinitely more powerful than his current self. Although the Blood River Bell is exceptional, it's not suited for you. Did you see that scroll beside the Blood River Bell? The Soul-Devouring Talisman intentionally asked, seeming to divert Xiao attention. I saw it. Xiao knew the Soul-Devouring Talisman well enough not to call him out on it, and replied accordingly. That object, if I'm not mistaken, is an exceedingly powerful spirit battle technique. Now that your soul power is surging, you lack methods of soul attack. It's quite suitable for you. The Soul-Devouring Talisman grinned. And then? Xiao asked with a smile. Why don't you take the spirit battle technique, and the Blood River Bell will be mine? The Soul-Devouring Talisman proposed directly. There's no need to make it so complicated. It seems I can easily take the Blood River Bell and the Soul Battle Technique into my possession, Xiao said with a smile. Cough, cough, cough. One shouldn't be so greedy in life. Isn't there a saying among humans, greed leads to downfall? The Soul-Devouring Talisman quickly countered. Besides, the blood power contained within the Blood River Bell is exceedingly strange. If you attempt to forcibly take it, you might end up with hidden troubles. The Soul-Devouring Talisman continued. Do you think I'm just a child of 3? Xiao frowned and replied. With the immense power of his soul, Xiao indeed sensed that the Blood River Bell was as the talisman described, filled with strange and potent blood energy. Even with the Sacred Flame's protection, he didn't dare to recklessly take it. However, Xiao was no novice, and he wouldn't let the Soul-Devouring Talisman gain the upper hand so easily. Kid, so what do you want? The talisman asked, seemingly out of options. Very simple. Give me 3 years, and I will willingly hand over the Blood River Bell, Xiao said with a smirk that didn't reach his eyes. You're treating me like a free bodyguard. Do you think I'm just any random nobody? I am the illustrious devourer of souls from the ghost realm. Having a young human brat like you as a bodyguard? Absolutely not. The talisman exclaimed in furious rejection. The devourer of souls, huh? Sounds like you have some reputation, Xiao mused privately. I don't care what kind of devourer you are. All I know is that right now, you're merely a remnant soul within my soul-devouring talisman, and if I'm not mistaken, had you not absorbed a fair amount of strength from the extraterritorial evil clan, you would likely still be in a dormant state, right? Xiao chuckled. When you're in a critical situation, I'll save you once. That's the best concession I can offer, the talisman said slowly, enunciating each word. Deal. Xiao readily agreed, initially intending to swindle the talisman. He didn't expect it to be so agreeable. You're quite the shrewd kid. But just so you know, my identity as the devourer of souls in the ghost realm is viewed as that of a notorious villain among you humans. If I save you, you might be seen as a traitor in the human realm. Then your fate would be that of a rat scurrying through the streets, the talisman added after some thought. No problem. After all, there are plenty of villains in the human world. If it comes to that, it wouldn't be a bad idea to visit the ghost realm, Xiao replied with a smile. Good kid, you have guts, the talisman laughed.